How local leaders are working to help ease the financial hit people are taking during this coronavirus outbreak, and what San Diego school districts are doing to make sure students eat as schools face weeks-long closures. And get ready for more rain. 10 News meteorologist Megan Perry tracking the rain and mountain snow tonight, and there are more days of rain ahead. 10 News Midday starts now.
Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
Well, across the country, a new reality this morning. The coronavirus prompting school closures, forcing many people everywhere to work from home. I'm Virginia Cha. Jim is off today. Here in San Diego, within the last 30 minutes, regional leaders announced financial help is on the way for nonprofit organizations. Those groups are helping San Diegans affected by the coronavirus. 10 News reporter Marie Cornell is live downtown. Marie, they are calling this a community response fund?
Yeah, Virginia, so this news conference that you see behind me is just winding down now, but we have learned that they are joining cities like LA and other cities in the Bay Area that have already created a fund like this. So earlier, county leaders and the head of different organizations like San Diego Gas and Electric, the Labor Council, and the United Way of San Diego, they made the announcement that there was $1.3 million set aside in a community response fund to help those financially that have been affected by the coronavirus. This will help them pay for food, rent, paying for utilities, and will serve as income replacement. This comes as school districts in the area close schools, forcing parents to stay home from work as they figure out what to do with childcare. This is also after Governor Newsom's announcement that he wanted bars, nightclubs, wineries, breweries, and pubs to close. Again, he's also asked restaurants to cut their capacity by half and practice social distancing. So this has many employees worried about businesses closing and leaving them without a paycheck. That's why county leaders say, aside from trying to contain this virus, this is also a huge part in taking care of those in the county.
Fear will also not help anyone who doesn't have the ability to put food on the table. Fear will not help anyone pay the rent. Fear will not help keep anyone in their house. All of us turning that fear into action, both to adhere to the best practices and guidance that we've been given, but also turning it into action that we can take a step to help one another.
And so we're told the fundraising efforts will continue. And as far as these grants, they will be given on a rolling basis, which is basically based on when these applications arrive. Live from downtown, Marie Cornell, 10 News.
Thank you so much, Marie. San Diego Unified has opened 8 locations where parents and students can drive through to pick up meals they would have otherwise been served at school. 10 News anchor Vanessa Van Hefty is live at the location in City Heights. Vanessa, what's going on there now?
Well, Virginia, you can see cars just started lining up here in the last 10 minutes. We are at Clark Middle School, and if you look over here, they have been unloading fresh fruit and veggies here for the last 20 minutes or so. They will be providing grab-and-go meals here. You can see those big pallets of cabbages, fresh carrots, celery, melons, those all coming from the San Diego Food Bank, Feeding San Diego, and San Diego Unified, all to really help parents who are stressed right now. We're also seeing some parents and children walking up right now on foot as well. You don't have to be enrolled in any kind of program. They are not turning anyone away right now. If you need food at these 8 locations, that's what they are here for. And you can see over here by the pallets of fresh vegetables, those gray bins over there underneath the awnings there, and those are the prepackaged meals. And those are going to be meals, lunch today for students, and breakfast as well. And this will continue Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock to 1 at those 8 locations. This is one of 8 locations. They're going to do this until school resumes to ease the burden on parents. And you can see the line continues to grow out here. Superintendent Cindy Martin also here, several members of the Board of Education here as well, and they will be speaking to members of the press here at 11:30 to answer some of the questions, how they are responding to this and the plans moving forward. Reporting live, Vanessa Van Hefty, 10 News.
Vanessa, thank you. And as we've mentioned, stores are closed and now bars and nightclubs are empty downtown after the governor asked all nightlife establishments to shut down to try to contain the spread of coronavirus. Governor Newsom also asking restaurants to cut their capacity by half and practice social distancing. Managers we talked to say they are still trying to figure out what is next, but that ultimately they do want to do their part to try to stop the spread of this virus.
We're all pretty nervous, but we want to comply so we can get all of this over with and make sure this doesn't spread any further to the vulnerable people.
Now, a lot of questions still remain on what that means for staff. One manager we spoke to says they are ready to continue paying workers even if they have to close. Some new guidelines coming from the San Diego Superior Court. All jurors who are already sitting on and deliberating trials right now will need to appear in court this week. But if you were summoned for jury duty this week, you're being asked not to go to the courthouse. Now, this is in light of the Public Health Department guidelines of no more than 49 people in a room at a time. Now I want to take a quick look at what's happening on Wall Street. We started down and we are still down almost 10% for the Dow. We had one emergency halt, a circuit breaker right after the open when the S&P dropped more than 7%. And this is what you would expect, coronavirus and also concerns about where we go from here. A lot of unknowns with regard to what the government is going to do and how testing is going to proceed. Meanwhile, this morning, an experimental coronavirus vaccine being administered in the U.S. for the first time to a volunteer in Seattle. This is as people across the country and around the world go to new lengths to try to mitigate the spread. ABC's Inez de la Cuetara has the latest from the U.S.
This morning, officials around the country taking extreme measures to halt the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. New CDC guidelines urging Americans to cancel or postpone gatherings of 50 people or more. The restaurant industry taking a big hit. The entire state of Ohio closing all bars and restaurants. Illinois and other cities only allowing takeout or delivery. And California's governor calling on all bars to close while requesting home isolation for everyone 65 and over.
We believe that it's appropriate under the circumstances to move in that direction.
With the president banning travel from European countries, American citizens and legal residents now rushing home, overwhelming airports. Drive-through testing now increasing. The administration announcing testing is available in all 50 states, with more than 2,000 additional labs coming online with high-speed testing, but it's still unclear how accessible that testing will be.
You don't have to buy so much. Take it easy. Just relax.
President Trump urging calm, asking Americans not to panic buy. But images outside a Costco in Commerce, California, showing that's easier said than done. To help the economy, the Federal Reserve now lowering interest rates to near 0%.
I want to congratulate the Federal Reserve.
Officials now warning the outbreak could get worse before it gets better.
The worst is yet ahead for us.
And the first vaccine trial for COVID-19 begins today in Seattle, but it could take more than a year to approve. Inez de la Cuetara, ABC News, Washington.
Well, this new reality is hitting every aspect of day-to-day life. Today, the U.S. Supreme Court became one of the latest large institutions to announce changes because of this virus. The court postponing arguments scheduled for this month and early April. Now, the court says the precaution does have a precedent. The same thing happened during the Spanish flu outbreak more than 100 years ago. The justices say they will still work. They'll just do it the way many of us are doing it now, remotely. Meanwhile, in Europe, EU leaders are considering a sweeping new travel ban. The European Union Commission chief today proposing a month-long ban on all non-essential travel into its 30-member nations. Now, this is a proposal which still need to be approved by each country's government. Trade, among other things, would be exempt. EU leaders are also hoping the UK will join these restrictions. We'd also like to know how you are coping, working from home. Maybe your kids are home now because schools are closed. We would love you to share pictures or video to let us know how you're doing it. Just send it to pictures@10news.com. And we are going to continue to keep you updated as things develop. To get the latest updates right to your phone, you can download our free 10 News app.